You're watching America's News Channel, MSNBC. Now, Donahue.
Tonight, are women getting a free ride? Affirmative action is meant to level the playing field, but does it tip the scales in favor of females? From workplace favoritism to lopsided divorce settlements, some men think women have an unfair advantage. Do women benefit from sexual discrimination? Donahue starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Donahue. We're coming to you from Rockefeller Center in New York City. Women have fought passionately for equal rights for decades. Have they caught up to men? Or have they surpassed them to the point that women are now getting a free ride in life, from dating to the workplace, marriage and divorce, sports and the military? That's the issue tonight. And I begin with Warren Farrell, author of several books including Father and Child Reunion, where he argues that children raised by single fathers do better than when raised by single mothers. What? You're on, Dr. Farrell. Are women getting a free ride?
Phil, yes, they are. And as you know, I used to be on the board of NOW, in the National Organization for Women in New York City. And,
right.
And yes, now they're getting a free ride, Phil. We're living in an era of the multi-option woman and the no-option man. Well, a woman doesn't have to register for the draft. Men do. We go out to the good restaurants. You'll find women still being paid for. You go into education. Women are the majority in education, but yet they're getting the scholarships as if they're the minority. In every single area of life, women still have very difficult lives in many cases, but the government plays the role of substitute husband. We go into divorce situations, and clearly the judges give women
custody to the woman, and then insist on child support and so on,
yes,
as we would expect. But you would make the point that when men get the children, they don't get any financial help.
They usually don't get financial help, but that's not the issue. The issue is not men's rights. The issue is not women's rights. The issue is that children do so much better when they have an equal amount of exposure to mother and father, when the mother and father live close to each other, and when there's no bad-mouthing between the two.
Right.
If you want to do the best for the children, you simulate the intact family in the case of divorce.
Gloria Allred. Well, do you believe what you're hearing?
I obviously disagree with it, Phil, because it's ridiculous. Women are not getting a free ride. Women have a long way to go. They can't collect their court-ordered child support. They're forced onto welfare. Many of them are sexually harassed on the job, being denied equal employment opportunity. 1 out of 3 will be raped sometime in her lifetime. They are battered. We still don't have the protection of the Equal Rights Amendment that your wife, Marlo Thomas, worked so hard to win. We want our daughters to have equal opportunity, and we're going to fight to win it.
Well, where is all this? Whoa. Well, the men may need security before this program is over. Well, the editor-in-chief of Stuff magazine is Greg Gutfeld. Weigh in here. You've listened up. What do you think?
Well, I just don't think Gloria feels strongly enough about her point. God, my ears are still ringing. I think it's somewhere right in the middle. I think women should get a free ride in many cases just because they're more attractive than men. And from there, I think that's from a biological necessity. That's the way it should be.
Right.
Now, when you get into the workplace and you get into, say, the Title IX controversies, maybe it's overstepped its boundaries. But from my perspective, from a biological necessity, men should take the leading role in some cases and allow women the opportunity for a free ride.
Mark Angelucci is president of the LA chapter of the National Coalition of Free Men. Well, shouldn't I be a member of this? Free men. I'm a free man. Tell me your thoughts.
Well, what we've just heard here about the biological necessity, unfortunately, is how most male judges and male politicians think. And that's why they're constantly denying men free access to their children.
Right.
That's why our government spends 4 times more on breast cancer research than prostate cancer research, even though they kill the same number every year. That's why every level of government creates all these offices of women's health and commissions for women and no commissions for men.
Yeah. Have you not sued? Is it Borders or Barnes & Noble? Who you...
We're suing, in Los Angeles, we're suing the county of Los Angeles because they spend millions of dollars on an Office of Women's Health and Commission for Women and have nothing equivalent for men at all.
You don't want to talk about the bookstore?
Well, the bookstore, that was a different issue.
Well, tell them. Why did you do it?
I petitioned Barnes. I sat outside Barnes & Noble and gathered 1,000 signatures from both men and women equally to get a men's studies section. Because they have an enormous women's studies section and no men's studies section, and all the men's studies books, such as The Myth of Male Power by Warren Farrell, are sort of scattered into various areas.
I see.
And so
they're harder to find.
Yeah.
How about ladies' night at bars? How do you feel about that? Free drinks for the ladies.
Well, that's a small area that's symbolic of the way men are expected to pay for things and expected to be chivalrous and give in to women. Just paying for dates, taking risking chivalry.
Let me just say the real.
Finish, man. Wait a minute.
Well, we will. Now let's. We're 3 minutes in. You're already. Hang on a minute. I had to pull teeth to get you to talk about borders. Now give her a chance here for just a second.
The real economic discrimination against people in this country is mainly against women. I have filed lawsuits against dry cleaners who have charged more for women's dry cleaning for the same shirt than they've charged for men's dry cleaning. I have filed and I got them to change the policy.
Yes,
I have filed a lawsuit against a hair salon that charged more for little girls' haircuts than they did for little boys' haircuts, even though it took the same amount of time, the same expertise. I've filed lawsuits against Saks Fifth Avenue that charged more for women's alterations than for similar men's
Successfully
alterations.
So.
And they changed.
So you would support him then?
Their policy, but the problem is there's still widespread economic discrimination against women. We earn less, and then we have to pay more, and that's unfair.
Incidentally, it was Barnes and Noble was the object of your
Gloria, did you also file suits against auto insurance companies and life insurance companies for charging men more simply because they're male? Did you file suit against the government for forcing only males to register for the draft? Did you file suits against all the discrimination men are facing? Wait a minute.
Well, I'll answer that question. Since you asked that question, I'll be happy to answer it.
Women do not earn more. They earn more based on working longer hours and more dangerous jobs. Men. Women do not earn less. I'm sorry.
Obviously, he doesn't want the answer to the question.
Excuse me. Men make 94% of occupational
This is going to be a long show. If you're going to be that.
90% of the overtime. They have longer commutes.
Even the show is named after Phil, should not be a filibuster.
Hang on one second here. Let's see if we can't all get along here. Yes, sir.
Hey, guys. Understand something. The reason that a bar has a ladies' night is to attract men. That's it. It has nothing to do with it.
It's a vehicle of, but it's still, she gets the free drink, you don't. That's all.
Can we help?
It is a vehicle of commerce promotion. It's a promotional idea.
And if only men are willing to pay more than women in those bars, then they're in there for different reasons, and the men are being disillusioned by what's happening in there.
Gloria.
Maybe
actually,
in your case.
I oppose.
No, in yours, sir.
Not in my case.
No, I don't go to those bars.
Phil,
I can't remember back when I was young
May I
enough.
respond, please?
Yes. Yes.
I oppose ladies' night at a bar. Women should not get special rights. Neither should they have lesser rights than men. Women should not be used as bait to lure men in. Men shouldn't be used as bait to lure women in. As a matter of fact, that's illegal sex discrimination in California. We've had cases on that.
I don't know how you look into a man's soul.
And I oppose sex discrimination, whether the victim is a male or the victim is a female.
Right. Now, I'll tell you another grievance that we're hearing more and more. Men are made to look foolish on television. On television, in commercials, I'm going to prove it to you. I've got a break here. Let me just give you an example of what I'm talking about. We see it on TV, in books, movies, and even greeting cards. Men being made to look stupid. What would happen if men made fun of a woman's sexual problems? How would women react? Take a look at HBO's Sex and the City. One man's impotence drew a rise out of the girls. Roll the tape.
How would you feel if I gave you a cardboard cutout of a big flaccid penis? It's not so funny now, is it? Don't you bring that flat baby in here, I will kill you!
How dare you talk to me like that in front of your friends?
Oh, they know all about your penis problems and they're just sick of hearing about it.
Oh, my goodness. I got to start watching more cable. Well, we're in New York City talking about the new angles of gender wars. People are getting upset, and many of them are men. Back in just a moment.
Next.